The prosecution has rested its case, if it ever had one, right? That's a big if, because I look at this and I see literally nothing. I don't even know exactly what they're going after him for, because you know what? If it were election fraud and manipulation of funds, well, then wouldn't the Federal Elections Committee have gone after him? And believe me, they're going after him with everything they can get, but they didn't have anything here on this one, so they didn't do that. It's really and truly not clear at all what kind of crime is there, other than, well, you know what? They don't want him to win. Donald Trump echoing this sentiment yet again outside the courthouse. Listen.
I'm not even being charged for it. They didn't know what to charge him. They haven't even charged me with the crime. You know what the crime is? I beat Hillary Clinton. That's what the crime is. And they don't want me to beat, on behalf of, I think, 200 million people, they don't want me to beat Biden. Okay? But it's a shame. This is what they've done.
Yeah, it's a pretty big crime. You're not allowed to win. You're not allowed to win. Think about that. He beat Hillary Clinton, and gosh, we never heard the end of it, right? It was the Russians. Jimmy Carter, former president of the United States, tried to tell us he was not a legitimate president because he won with the help of the Russians. I mean, wow. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. And now they want to make sure that no matter what, he does not win again. Well, I'll tell you, this testimony yesterday afternoon blew everyone away. Judge Mershon is totally furious. He's like, we got to deal with this Robert Costello, who has a few too many things to say. Apparently, Costello was there on the stand. And, well, I'm going to show you what he testified before Congress, because it was basically the same thing. Had quite a few things to say about Michael Cohen, et cetera, everything that went down. He used to represent Michael Cohen, incidentally. And he uttered a lot of things under his breath. So he'd say something and then blah, 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 blah. And the judge was like flipping out. Anyway, this was sort of the grand finale, if you would. Donald Trump, no, he did not testify. Wall Street Journal had a big article on this today. I'm happy he didn't testify, because I think that they would have taken this as an opportunity to really use and abuse him. Right? That would not have been, I know he wanted to testify. That's who he is. But it was only an opportunity, if you would, for prosecutors to judge up all kinds of stuff that frankly shouldn't be brought up, right? What kind of pajamas he was wearing, according to Stormy Daniels, have any relevance on the 34 charges of misappropriating finances? I don't think it has anything to do with it. In fact, this whole thing may have to go back to square one, because the judge allowed all of this. But we know why he did that, right? We know why. Because they wanted to sully him up. And the funny thing about all of this is that the more they try, the more it backfires, thereby giving him the name Teflon Don for a reason.